Okay, hello everybody and welcome back. I hope you're all well. Now today we are going to be drawing a map of Northern Ireland. Finally, a couple of you may know that about 5 months ago I did my very first map drawing video, and it was drawing a map of the UK, and it was so primitive and botched that I didn't have room to do Northern Ireland, and I vowed on that day that we would come back and we would do the people of Northern Ireland justice and the nation of Northern Ireland justice. So today I am going to be repaying that favour. I'm going to be hopefully repaying that favour by drawing to my very best ability a map of the wonderful country of Northern Ireland. So with that said, let's begin. If you don't know how this works, we usually draw the outline first and then we'll do some details within, so to speak. So I also wanted to mention that if you end up enjoying this video, then I would urge you to consider subscribing. It really helps out, and just sort of lets me know that I'm on the right path. So with that said, let's start about here. So, some of you may have watched my drawing a map of England video recently, and if you haven't, then maybe go and check that out because it's going to be very similar to this. And I mentioned in that video that I was planning on doing all of the countries in the UK, so all four, so that would be England, Northern Ireland, Scotland and Wales. I'm not sure what order the other two are going to be in, but just know that they will be getting done at some point or another. Don't worry, I see your requests. I know I still have a few US states that I need to draw from requests, and I know that. But I've just got a little plan of videos now. Surprisingly, we actually have a plan. Somewhat. So yeah, hopefully you guys can enjoy the content nonetheless. So, a little bit of an update. I've moved house. You may notice that the background is different here than normal. And if you haven't, then fair enough. But yeah, I've moved house. I do like the new house. It's different, and I'm all by myself at the moment, so it's quite. It is quite lonely. I won't lie to you at the moment, but I will be having friends move in soon. So in the next 2 weeks, our friends moving in, so that will be fun. So let me just tilt my reference map a bit so I can see it a bit better. Northern Ireland is a place that I've never been to before, but I would love to go. I've heard it's very naturally beautiful, and yeah, I know a few people who have been to mainly Belfast, but yeah, who have been, and they said it's lovely as well. So I think I'm gonna have to do. Yeah, I don't think this is. So this is like I think there's a tiny bit here that is water. So I think this is water here, this is all water, but we'll denote that, don't worry about that. Yeah, okay. So, if there's anybody in the comments who is from Northern Ireland, I would love to know. And obviously, if you're comfortable with sharing what part of Northern Ireland you're from. Okay, so we're coming up to the northern part of the country now. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I think we're doing okay so far. So, yeah, it's not too bad of a shape. I've had harder, I think, on this channel, which is a good thing, by the way. It's good that it's not hard. I've had a bit of a long day, so I need a bit of switch off brain time. So I think then from here we swoop down. There's a little bit of a jut there, and then we swoop down. Oh, sort of like that. Okay, there we have it. Yeah. So let's first do what we normally do and add some water. You will notice that since the last video, there we go, I've sharpened the pencil. God, I'm tired. Okay, so I made a bit of a blunder on my England map, and I just did water all the way around. Again, I'd had a long day when I did that video, but I won't be making the same mistake this time. So that's water, as I previously stated. I'm going to go in here and do this. So yeah, this is water here. So water isn't all the way around Northern Ireland. We are attached here to, I guess, what is the island of Ireland. Obviously we have Northern Ireland, which is a part of the UK, and the Republic of Ireland, which is its own country. But this about, well, not dispute, but I guess differing attitudes towards the, I guess, way in which the Northern Irish people identify in terms of whether they see themselves more as Irish or British, I guess. And listen, I don't know all the details, and I know it's a sensitive topic, and it's been the subject of a very serious conflict. So I'm not really going to comment on that out of respect for any peoples who I may, sort of not offend, but I guess sort of, just I don't want to speak out of turn, basically. So we have a big body of water in the middle, well, middle-ish of the country here. Okay. Let's just shade this in, shall we? There we are. So okay, let's get our blue pen. This bit's annoying me a bit. I want to square this off, make it a bit more, kind on the eye. So this at the bottom here is the Irish Sea, and then up here it's the North Channel between the island of Ireland and Scotland. Here is, I'll do this a bit smaller, switch sides here. This is the, can we see that? Yeah, the Belfast Lock. And then in here, I'm just going to do an arrow because I can't fit it in there. That is known as the Stranford Lock. And then I'm going to do this in bigger again. We've got I believe this is pronounced Loch Nay. I think this is pronounced Nay. So I'm going to go with that, Loch Nay. And then actually up here is called Loch Foyle. Yeah, Loch Foyle, like that. Okay. Right then. Let's get some red pencil action going here. Is that red? That's pink. This is red. I must be colourblind all of a sudden. So right here, next to its namesake loch, we've got the capital of Northern Ireland, Belfast. Okay, my apologies. I just had to quickly see to something there. So we're going to add some more cities while we're close by. We've got a few to add here. So this is Bangor, Bangor, Bangor. We've I've heard of it referred to more as Derry than Londonderry, so yeah, that's what we're going to go with. I think here is Craighaven. We've got here Lisbon, not Lisbon as in Portugal, but Lisbon. And then just up to the north here, we've got Newton Abbey. Long word. So another one, I think we find this with a lot of these maps in that, you know, we've got a lot of the population sort of condensed in one area. That's one thing that I find interesting about about England as a country, is that the population is very much spread across the whole country rather than, I mean, obviously there's a lot of people living in London, but yeah, it seems like a lot of people in Northern Ireland live in sort of this region east, sort of southeast to southeast of Lough Neagh, and in between the sea and Lough Neagh. I'm actually just gonna, and I suppose I'll do it in green. Because up here is, of course, the Republic of Ireland. And I'll put it down here as well, because it sort of winds its way around. So, if there's anyone from Northern Ireland or the Republic of Ireland, if you could maybe weigh in on what is the sentiment like between the Republic of Ireland and Northern Ireland, in terms of, obviously there's been a lot of conflict in the past, and, you know, blood has been spilled, certainly, but overall, what is the sort of, what's the feeling between the people of the Republic of Ireland and Northern Ireland? Because I would very much like to know what the sort of, how the feeling is, how the sentiment is. So yeah, I'm going to add a few more things, but we'll talk about a little bit of history about Northern Ireland. Northern Ireland, I think it was made in, or sort of formed in the early 1920s, maybe it was 1921. So just adding here the Sperrin. Sperrin Mountains. And then down. No. Here. I think. That's about here. And as I say, it's a country that has been marred by conflict in the past, but I think by many accounts the economy has very much boomed in the last 20 or so years, and I've always considered Northern Ireland to be a pretty good place to live, so I think it's doing better nowadays. I'm going to add, actually, interesting is I'd always wondered this in terms of athletes, what you where you represent if you're from Northern Ireland. I think a lot of sports, Ireland is represented by one team. So I don't believe there's like a Northern Irish rugby team, rugby union and rugby league. I don't think there's Northern Ireland. I think it's just Ireland. And I'm also going to add it down here. But the exception is football, or soccer as the Americans know it. Football, there is a Northern Irish team, and I believe that Olympics, I think have a choice as a Northern Irish person. I think you can choose to either represent Great Britain or Ireland. So, yeah. So, this is a pair of locks. Ironically, this is called Lower Lock Urn, and this is Higher Lock Urn, when obviously, at least, I guess longitudinally they are the opposite. Higher Lock. Oh, is it? Sorry, it's upper. Whatever. Higher, upper, same word. Another thing I wanted to mention is that my absolute favourite athlete of all time is from Northern Ireland. I have played the sport of golf for more than half of my life, and I wouldn't say I tune in every week to watch it, but I do watch a fair amount of it. And my favourite athlete of all time, Rory McIlroy, is a very famous golfer, and he's from a place called Hollywood, which is about here, in between Belfast and Bangor. In between these two, there's a little place here called Hollywood, and that's where he's from, and he grew up playing golf. So yeah, a little tidbit of information there for one of my favourite athletes ever. Now, I think the only thing we've got left to do is let's do it in this. So if you have watched my old map of the UK video and you've been wondering when on earth I was going to get around to doing this map, if you've watched it today, I hope with all my heart that you feel like I've done it justice. I think we maybe have. This is one of my better ones, I think. As I previously mentioned, if you have anything interesting you know about Northern Ireland, maybe you're from there or you've been there, then I would urge you to drop it in the comments, because I do find it very interesting. When you guys drop some, little bits of info in the comments, I'm always grateful for that. So, with all of this said, here we have it. It's our map of Northern Ireland. I hope you've enjoyed. If you have, as I mentioned at the start, then please consider dropping a like and subscribing to the channel. With that said, the only thing left to say is thank you ever so much for watching. If you made it this far, I really appreciate your time. I hope you've enjoyed, and I will hopefully see you in the next video. So goodbye guys, and good night.